Hi angels, welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading, and today's topic is how do people view your beauty? So what do people find beautiful about you? What do they find so attractive? And I have 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a second, see which pile resonates with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading on what do people find beautiful about you. Really strong energy for all the piles, and I do feel called to say, especially if this reading resonates for you, you can go ahead and check out piles 2 and 3 as well, because I get for some of you, they could be resonating for how other people view your beauty, because different people view you differently. But pile number 1, right away, I'm seeing that you are seen as very, very beautiful. We have very strong energy, really strong major arcana here. With the Magician and the Hermit, I feel like you have a beauty that doesn't look like everyone else. Like, you do stand out. There's something unique about you in a really noticeable and striking way, very striking. With the Ace of Pentacles, though, you do look very naturally beautiful. So with the Magician, you look like you take good care of yourself, but the Magician energy almost gives me the sense of like someone almost being like too beautiful or looking too good, to the point where, especially too, because you give off like this natural energy, you know, whether you are natural or not, people assume that you are natural, and there's almost a sense of like, were they really just blessed to look this good? Maybe you're really good at doing your hair, doing your makeup, you dress well, some of you definitely could work out and eat healthy. There's a sense of people recognizing that you are blessed with a really beautiful canvas, but you also take the steps to really enhance your beauty or your handsomeness even more. Definitely like blessed. People look at you and they feel like you kind of won like the genetic lottery. You kind of have that look, you know, where people are like, wow, like, you know, they must just be God's favorite because they look so good. For some of you, there's some sort of natural feature that I heard you can't fake. So I don't know, for some of you, I heard it's your skin tone, like height, some sort of body shape, body proportion, eye shape, something where people are like, oh no, like they're just naturally blessed. I'll be honest, with the 4 cups of this, okay, interesting that I accidentally said 4 cups when I was looking at the 5 of cups. People could definitely feel like a little bit inadequate here. So with the 5 of cups and the 6 of cups, the 6 of cups is all about the past energy, but it's also like a childlike energy. And with that next to the 5 of cups and the Judgment, some people could get sad when they find out how old you are. I hear when they check your ID. So for some of you, people assume you're a lot younger than you are, and then they check your ID and they're like, oh my gosh, they're my age or they're older than me, but they look so good. You do look very like prosperous as well too, like not over the top. This definitely gives me the energy of someone like very tasteful, like very like natural. And by natural, like you probably still, you know, take care of yourself, style your hair, wear makeup, but it looks so fresh. It looks very like you didn't try too hard. And I think for a lot of you kind of go for that, and it works really well, where you do have this effortless look of like not trying too hard, but still looking very put together, very attractive. For some of you do kind of have like a bit of like a more spiritual vibe. For some of you, people can kind of tell that you have, maybe you wear like a signifier of your faith or something like that. For others of you, you just kind of have this vibe of being a little more spiritual. Maybe some of you are a little bit more boho. Beautiful jewelry as well, I'm getting, if you wear jewelry. But once again, like it's a very tasteful energy. You definitely look like someone who's naturally very beautiful, takes good care of themselves, and kind of that person, you know, when you look at someone, you're just like, wow, like they're just naturally so beautiful, like they're so blessed. Definitely like a winning the genetic lottery kind of energy. Let's see what else we have here. People really like your nose. I just keep noticing like the noses and legs. Nice hair too, of course. Let's see what else we have here. Some of you have a really nice body shape, like a nice defined waist. Eyes. Let's get a little bit more. Ace of Cups, especially the eyes. People, so, oh, what an interesting Okay, so this is kind of like an intuitive message that I'm getting from this Ace of Cups card. So if you look, you see this big eye here, right? No matter what color your eyes are, people find them very captivating. But like you see this Ace of Cups here with kind of like the waters streaming down. Some people could feel kind of nervous, like making eye contact with you. I hear for some people, their eyes almost start to water a little bit. I don't know what that's all about. 9 of Cups. People find you incredibly attractive. Definitely like that ideal. But once again, I'm looking at this little like mouse up here looking in the cup. Like people do feel sort of small compared to you. I'm hearing for some of you like literally small, like if you're taller than other people. Even if you're not like super tall, there's people who are significantly smaller than you that feel kind of small, like shorter. Like me, I'll just let you guys know, I'm like statistically like completely average height. But that means that half of the people of my gender are taller than me and half are shorter. And so there's plenty of people who make me feel short, but there's plenty of people where I kind of feel like I almost tower over them, even though, you know, I'm very average height for a woman. Yeah, the High Priestess. And once again, oh, some of you dress like in very beautiful fabrics. I also recommend that too. You know, we talk about a lot of things on this channel. We talk about finances and smart consumer habits as well. And so I highly recommend, especially if you're someone who enjoys clothes and dressing yourself nicely, to really look at quality. Buying like nice quality natural fabrics. Some of you really do wear that, whether you do it on purpose or it just kind of happens when you look at pieces that you like. But people find like your clothes are very flattering, and there's something very like ethereal. I have to say that. I mean, we have the Magician, the Hermit, the Judgment. This is a highly spiritual and ethereal person. Like you stand out a lot. Like you don't, if this is your pile, you know, you don't dress like everybody else. You don't look like everybody else. Yeah, Knight of Wands, but once again, it's not over the top, you know what I mean? People don't find you jarring. I know sometimes, depending on our styles, people can be like, whoa, like who the heck is that? But you look, people look at you, they like it, you're easy on the eyes, like you don't stand out like a crazy amount. I'm trying my best to like articulate this. But you kind of just seem like a cut above the rest, honestly. Knight of Wands, you are very, very attractive. With the Strength, there's something regal about you as well. Beautiful hair. I heard, especially if you're a Leo or have Leo in your chart, very nice hair. Something about your coloring too, like your skin tone, your hair color. Let's see if there's anything else. This is so nice. Just a very, I'm imagining kind of like, so if you ever hear stories about like people in the past, like say for instance, the woman on this card, think about the time period that she's from. This is probably about like the Renaissance. So like 600, 700 years ago. You think about when you hear about like royalty back in the day, and sometimes they would show like a portrait of like a prince or a princess, and they're like, ooh, you know, they weren't exactly like blessed in the looks department. But then sometimes you would see a prince or princess who just is very beautiful or very handsome, and you're like, that's what like a prince or a princess is supposed to look like. That's just kind of, you know, we see this a lot in like films and TV and history. And you kind of give me that energy of like, if someone was to say like, oh, like I'd like you to meet my friend, or I'd like you to meet this person, and they meet you, they're like, oh yes, like this is what a person's supposed to look like. I don't know if that makes sense. Or like, you know, if say for instance you have a friend, you're like, I have this great guy that I'd like you to meet, and he's so great, I think you guys would be great together, and you meet them and they're like, just, they look good, their style is cool, and you're just like, yes. People are satisfied when they look at you. There's a sense of satisfaction of someone who looks really good, someone just honestly very nice to look at. People find you very easy on the eyes, but you stand out, you're unique. And there's almost this feeling of like, you know, whenever you have those life experiences that are really new and novel and different, that's kind of how people feel when they see you. Like, seeing you is almost like an experience. Like, whoa. It's like when you just see like a very attractive person, or someone from like a really unique background, or someone mixed with like some interesting backgrounds that looks really good. It's like, ooh, like you are a really cool person. Like, I'm really glad that I got to see you and witness you. It's honestly a very exciting energy here. 8 of Wands. People also talk about you, like talk about how good looking you are. I've had this happen to me before. where, you know, someone will be like, oh my gosh, look at that really good looking person. The Two of Cups. People love your beauty. I am curious about this Seven of Cups to the Nine of Swords. I do feel like on one hand, while people find you very attractive, I think also you have this look and this demeanor that people find very warm, very comforting, very welcoming. It's like that really attractive person that's also really nice or like really cool. But there are some people who can feel a little bit like nervous around you or insecure. I think we've all felt that, where you just see someone so attractive that you can't even like look at them. So don't be surprised, especially if people kind of like look away or act kind of like, you know, weird with you. It's because they're extremely nervous with that Seven of Cups to the Nine of Swords. Yeah, the Sun. Anything else? Yeah, Seven of Wands. I do see with the Seven of Wands and the Justice, this is probably something that you're used to. I feel like you know if this reading resonates for you, because you've always kind of felt different because of this. And you also know that while the admiration and the attention and the attraction can be nice, there can also be difficulties that come along with having this kind of energy where you look really good. I think you get a lot of good attention. Some people respond really nicely to that. Other people can get a little bit envious and a little bit weird about that. But I think as of right now, I feel like who you want to be, how you want to look, how you want to present yourself is coming across perfectly. So however you're trying to dress, however you're trying to be, you know, whoever you're trying to communicate to the world by the way that you carry yourself, the way that you dress, everything is like perfect. So if you're like, I want people to see me as beautiful and professional and well put together, 100%, that's how it comes across. If you want to come across as someone who's like a natural beauty, free flowing, just kind of like earthy, totally, but like the best possible version of that. So especially if you have like an aesthetic, if you have a style idea about who you are, it comes across perfectly. You've done it beautifully, but once again, it looks so organic. I feel like you do try to take good care of yourself, but it doesn't look like it. It kind of just looks like, you know, God. I heard, what did I hear? It looks like God made them in a lab or something. Like, which I mean, God made all of us. But there is this sense of like, almost like AI generated. Like someone put in like, very attractive person, you know, with maybe like your preferred style, your skin tone, your hair color and everything. And then you came out, you know, just like beautifully, perfectly made for whoever you are. It's really quite an extraordinary energy. You definitely give me a very advanced energy also in terms of your manifestational power, the power of your mind, and the power of your ability to execute your ideas and your wishes in reality. So especially too, if you're kind of on this journey where maybe you still feel like, okay, like I'm making progress towards who I want to be, but I'm not quite there yet. This is the energy you're moving into. So keep going, keep putting in your work, keep putting in your energy and your time to execute your vision of how you want to look and who you want to be. By the end of this, you're going to look chef's kiss. Amazing, beautiful energy. That's what I have for you, Pile 1. Really exciting. And I have to say, you know, usually I can be pretty eloquent in my readings, but even in this reading, I was kind of tripping over my words a little bit. So your energy was even making me nervous. I don't know if I could look you in the eye, because you're an impressive individual, Pile 1. That's what I have for you. I do hope this resonated, and I hope this is helpful for you. You can feel free to check out one of my other videos if you would like. You can check out one of the other piles if you're curious. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you would like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much, and until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 2. So if you chose a second pile, then this is your reading on how people view your beauty. Explosive energy here right now. It's really good, but I'm like, I think people are shook, like really shook by you when they see you, number one. Let's just go through it here. So to start off with this Magician and the Six of Cups, I don't know if some of you guys are like taking good care of like making sure that you age gracefully, you know, doing anything to kind of maintain, you know, the integrity of your skin, eating healthy, taking supplements, using any like, you know, anti-aging skincare, anything like that. If you are, people kind of feel like it's almost witchcraft. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, people could actually, especially too, like, if you're anything older than, like, I don't know, you look like 10 years younger than you are. For some of you, especially if you're more advanced in age, you can double that. Like, some of you look 20 years younger. I heard 30 years younger for some of you. There's almost this, like, this intense energy of, like, I mean, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. There is this feeling of people having very strong reactions to your beauty here. Like, it's undeniable. Like, your attractiveness is not disputable. But there is this sense of, like, why do they look so young? Or, like, some of you, you're quite fit. You dress really well. There's this sense of, like, you seeming very blessed in the looks department. And people kind of feeling a way about it. Especially if some of you had some sort of, like, transformation here. Some of you could have, like, really taken hold of actualizing how you want to look. You know, how you want your beauty to be portrayed. And it's made a huge difference. Some of you have had a huge glow up. There's also, like, with the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, there could be people when you're out and about where they might catch their partner, like, looking at you or something. Yeah, with the Tower and the Page of Swords, like, you definitely kind of, like, shock people. I'm seeing people, like, looking at you when you're not looking, or, like, if you're turned in their direction, like, people will not look at you. But, like, if you turn away, like, they will stare you down. We have the Death and the Two of Wands here. People feel like they have no chance with you, like, whatsoever. I'm gonna be honest. And I don't know why that is. But there's almost a sense of, like, there is no way that person would be attracted to me or into me. Now, keep in mind, and I talk about this on my channel all the time, you only need one person when it comes to your romantic partner. You don't need everybody coming up to you. You do not need everyone feeling like they can approach you. The person who's for you will not be afraid to do so. But most people are. Most people are like, there is no way. Even, like, very attractive people I'm getting. If you want someone to approach you, I heard just, like, make eye contact with them and, like, smile. Like, you're gonna have to do it, like, insistently. This was way before when I was single, but, you know, I would have to make eye contact with someone for, like, 5 minutes before they got the courage to say something. That might be how it is for you. And, like, smiling, like, you know, being very approachable. Yeah, Queen of Cups. You seem sweet, though. Like, I don't know what's going on here. The Moon Queen, though, the High Priestess. But you look very mysterious as well. The Nine of Swords. People are, like, very stressed by your beauty. I don't know. Especially when people see you. You do look very tempting as well with that Two of Pentacles. I don't think you're that kind of person. But people could definitely be nervous that, like, their partner might be tempted by you or something. I feel like for some of you, you might temper the way that you dress to combat this. Like, some of you I heard could dress or present yourself even, like, sexier, but you don't. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Some of you have a good relationship with God, and so you try to maintain a little bit of modesty, you know. You don't have to cover yourself from head to toe. But, you know, maybe you'll show your legs, but you'll, like, cover your cleavage or something like that. Or, like, if you're a man with a really nice body, maybe you'll wear, like, a looser fitting t-shirt or something. Just to, like, not get the people too riled up. Like, you know how your body can oh, interesting. You know how people can react to, like, the way that you look sometimes. The King of Pentacles in reverse with the Best Friends in reverse. And the Best Friends is the lovers in this deck. I don't know where this comes from, but there's, like, this feeling. So many people feel like they have to have a certain level of success, prosperity in order to gain your interest here. Four of Wands in reverse. What is all that? The Three of Cups. The Queen of Cups. And the Six of Wands. For some of you, you're in a relationship and people, of course, are just going to respect that. The Two of Pentacles, and this is kind of reminding me of pile 1 a little bit. But along with this kind of intense energy though, like you look very comfortable in yourself. You look very confident. No matter how you're feeling internally, this is how you look to people. And why did I just hear like model? Like that kind of energy where it's just like, oh, I can't approach this person. Like this, like I just can't. Like, yeah, strength. Like I would need to be so confident in order to approach this person. 10 of Cups. Some of you could either like be in a relationship, could be married. People could assume you're married. 5 of Swords. If you are in a relationship, people actually get really sad when they see you with your partner. Like, I'm gonna be so real. 2 of Cups. So I get for people that are not like attracted to your gender, they might just think you guys are like a cute couple or something like that. Yeah, but the 7 of Swords. I'm not gonna lie. Some people could be jealous of your relationship if they see you out with your partner. You and your person also could be quite attractive as well too, or there's something that really stands out about the two of you. I heard for some of you, if you have a relationship, one of you guys is like really tall. Or both of you. Knight of Cups here with the 2 of Cups, King of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. People just feel like for whatever reason, yeah. The Patience. You kind of look a little... I'm trying to explain this as best as I can. I feel like the energy here... People are kind of confused by the collective right now. Because I think with a lot of you, you're in a really good energy. And you're kind of conflicting with people's like wounds when it comes to beauty and attractiveness. So for instance, if there's someone who, you know, has met a lot of attractive people or beautiful people, well-dressed people, and they're really mean, they like automatically have this kind of wall up with attractive people, and then they see you, they meet you, and you're actually like really nice, really warm, kind, you know, just minding your business. And people don't quite know how to process this right now. Like they're kind of confused. So like for some of you, like you look really well taken care of, but at the same time you also look really natural and free flowing with that 2 of Pentacles. Just a very like natural beauty, but at the same time like well taken care of. I think you're also at this point where you're like dead in the middle of being at a place of like maybe glowing up, self-actualizing how you want to look and who you want to be. But now you're so firmly in that energy that it comes off very natural and very organic. I think you're feeling a lot more natural and organic as well. It's like it's hard for people to read you. The Justice. You seem very upright. You have like a very trustworthy beauty as well, which is once again confusing people. Do you see how we've bounced between like 5 different energies that are kind of dissimilar? Like on one hand, people are like, oh, they seem like a heartbreaker, but they also seem really nice and trustworthy. You know what I mean? Or like, wow, like have they done a bunch of skincare or something to make themselves look really young, but at the same time they look totally natural, like they don't even have to try. Like people don't quite know. The world here as well too. People also could be curious about like your background. Like people could not quite know like what ethnic background you are. 6 of Pentacles. Very balanced here as well. And the Ace of Swords. Ultimately, I think that you're in a very good balance of so many things. You're in balance of, you know, manifestation, but also going with the flow. You're in balance of, you know, creating the kind of physical appearance that you want, but also looking very natural and embracing what God naturally gave you. There's a sense here of that ebb and flow, you know, balance of masculine and feminine, but still looking perfectly embodied in who you are. So for instance, like if you're like a woman who identifies with that feminine energy, you still look very feminine, but there's still something like fresh and just like, this is just how I am. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's very attractive. I think people do find it intimidating though, because at the end of the day, you look like you totally accept yourself and are comfortable with yourself. And a lot of people aren't. And so there is this question of like, how did they get there? How did they become this way? I think people are ultimately confused about the background of your beauty, but your beauty itself is apparent. Your looks are apparent. There is a sense of like, this person looks really good. They look fresh. They look youthful. They look like they take good care of themselves. They clearly get a lot of attention. But at the same time, like, confidence that I think is kind of intimidating to people. But it's going to be embraced by the right people. So I feel like you shouldn't have any like hard time when it comes to maybe like finding a partner. If that's something you're trying to work on, just continue to get out there, connect with people, take good care of yourself. You'll find your person. And if you already have your person, I see that people recognize that. And there is a sense of like, of course this person got scooped up. They look so good. They have a great energy. And if I felt worthy, you know, I would maybe go for this person too. That's what I have for you, pile 2. Really very strong, significant energy here. And very much this energy of like someone that I think people would like to court, but most people just don't feel confident enough. And once again, you only need one person. You don't need everybody to start courting you. You don't need everyone to approach you. That sounds like a lot of work, especially because I think you have better things to worry about in life than, you know, fielding off every person that crosses your path. That's what I have for you, pile 2. I do hope this resonated, and I hope this is helpful for you. You can feel free to check out one of my other videos if you would like. You can check out one of the other piles. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you would like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, pile 3. So if you chose a third pile, then this is your reading on how do people view your beauty. Pile 3. You look like... Okay, I'm just going to speak really plainly. I want you to just close your eyes and envision. I'm seeing like a very attractive person like hanging out at a country club. Like you have that look. Now, all of you have different styles, but you look like someone who is very comfortable. I will say this with the 10 of Pentacles. No matter what your background is, no matter what your bank account looks like, you have that look of like someone who comes from kind of like the upper echelon of society here. You look very victorious. There's something very energetic. Some of you could be athletic or look athletic too. And once again, athletic looks like a lot of different things. For some of you, you have a lot of muscle definition. For some of you, you're super lean. Yeah, and the strength. Knight of Cups. You kind of remind people of like that person that they had a crush on when they were younger, no matter what age you are. Like you kind of have that look of like, some of you like the popular guy or like the popular girl. I'm curious about this Death card. Because there's like an intensity to it though. Almost like when you would watch like a movie, you know, like the love interest, like you kind of give that energy. Like the person that someone just like has a crush on. Like you have the energy or the look of someone who just like people would like. Yeah, 8 of Cups are like someone's long lost love or something. The Ace of Wands, very attractive. You're very like sexy. But like someone would want to marry. It's kind of giving me boy next door, girl next door, but like more spicy. It's like the boy next door, the girl next door, the man or the woman next door that someone has a crush on, but as they get to know them, they're like super exciting and cool. That's kind of your look. 7 of Pentacles in reverse with the 5 of Pentacles. This is the wild part too though. Like, why did I just hear like Serena Vanderwoodson? That kind of energy too where, yeah, you look like you come from like a good background. Like you have that look of just someone who's like kind of like an old money look or something. Just someone who's well taken care of. But people also feel like no matter what your finances would look like, you would still be attractive. So like also too, like if we're just talking about like movies and TV, if you think about a character who like maybe their family like used to have money but they don't anymore, but they're still like really attractive, it's like no matter what, you just happen at the moment to look like you're doing quite well, but like you don't look good because of any like financial stability. Like you don't look like you need to sink a bunch of money into yourself to make you look good. Like you just look naturally good. There's a lot of natural beauty and a lot of natural looks in today's readings in all 3 piles, frankly. Let's see what else we have here. 6 of Swords in reverse with the 2 of Swords. Three of Wands, the Moon, and the Four of Pentacles. You kind of have that look as well, too, of like, I don't think I'm ever going to see someone like this again. Or like, you seem very inaccessible based on your looks. Woo, look at all that. We have the King of Swords in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse. You also kind of have that look. No matter what you look like, you do not have to be blonde haired to have this energy at all. I just keep getting like a Serena van der Woodsen energy from Gossip Girl, and I barely watched that show, but I know the archetype of someone who looks refined, but like not like they're trying too hard. Someone who's fun, someone who's flirty. You look like someone who has a lot of people like fighting over them, and that does not have to be true, but that's what people think when they look at you. Like, I bet they have a roster, or if not, like, I bet they just have people who wish they could be on this person's roster. Nine of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Very tempting beauty as well, too. Like, people find, I'll say this. If you're someone who is monogamous and, you know, doesn't go around talking to a bunch of people or anything like that, people are grateful. You will be rewarded for that kind of behavior, by the way. That is the kind of behavior that God wants us to have, you know, just being with our one person. But people are glad that you're not the type to, like, run around and be talking to a bunch of people or other people's boyfriends or girlfriends. Because if you did, it could get a little messy around here. Yeah, Star in reverse. The World, Four of Pentacles, and the Judgment. I'll be honest, you could also, even though you're highly attractive, people could not want to give you your props on your beauty all the time, because there's just some people who I feel like are in kind of a low energy where they feel like you get enough as it is. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, you're attractive and you know it. Some people definitely assume you're quite well off and very stable. You have a good family life. You got a good friend life. And people could not want to, like, give you, like, a big head. Some people could even try to, like, knock your self-esteem a little bit just because they feel like you already get, like, enough attention or praise, which is sad. Yeah, Four of Cups. No, people are, like, very jealous of you. Actually, out of all three piles, I would say that this is probably the most jealous pile. Because even the energy comes through kind of snarky. And I feel like you're so sweet. God is definitely going to bless you, so don't worry about it. Like, people clearly find you very attractive. I think this is more so just, like, people who would just be jealous. Yeah, they're very stressed by you. It's because you're just as beautiful inside as you are outside. And people know that. Like, you treat people really nicely. I feel like you work really hard. I also think you kind of, I'll be honest, if this is resonating for you, I don't think you care that much. Or I think you kind of know, like, people get jealous or people get salty for whatever reason. People might project on you a lot. But I think you also know, too, that number one, people will get their karma for that. You know, the energy will reflect back on them. And I think that you're so focused on your own successes, your own blessings, that you don't really have time to be worried about if people are jealous of you or not. Yeah, the Sun, like, you're actually very happy, and people can tell that. You radiate this, like, happiness, this kind of free-flying spirit that people find incredibly attractive. You also have really beautiful hair. Let's get some physical attributes. Really nice body. This is super random. I just heard belly button. If people have ever seen your belly button, they think you have a really nice, cute one. Four of Swords. You also might be able to get a good amount of rest, which I think is really enhancing your beauty as well. Like, you try to get a good amount of sleep, and if you're trying to work on that, continue to do that. I think that's going to enhance your beauty even more. You look rested as well. Out of all of the piles, once again, I was getting a strong beauty and handsomeness energy for all three piles, but this is the one pile where I feel like the other two piles felt like someone very attractive that a lot of people noticed, but it's kind of almost like they don't notice it as much, or like they don't think of themselves like this super attractive person. People could think that you think that you're very attractive, but they also think you're very attractive. It's like, oh, they know how attractive they are. Three of Wands, the Moon, the Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. yeah, once again, there's like this feeling of some people like not wanting to validate that for whatever reason. Like, I feel like there's some people who will tell you, like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, you're so handsome. But there's quite a few people who, like, feel like there's a vested interest in you not, like, knowing that. I think it's because you don't carry yourself, like, you don't try to take advantage of people or use your beauty or your handsomeness as a weapon. Like, people do recognize that. They're like, yes, you're successful, yes, things are good for you, but, like, you don't go around trying to, like, manipulate people with your looks, and people kind of feel like the more they big you up or the more they compliment you, like, you could turn into that. Like, you could kind of turn into, like, this vixen or, like, seducer energy. People are very stressed about this, like, actually. Oh my gosh, people genuinely feel like if they, like, tell you all the time, like, you're so good looking, like, da-da-da. Like, one day you're just gonna snap and be, like, a menace. And, like, just try to, like, seduce everybody. This is wild. 7 of Cups. The World, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Let's go ahead and pull a couple cards just to close out this energy, because I feel like this is really the first pile where I'm like, there's a bit of a conundrum here. Once again, I think you're used to this energy, but I still want to give you some advice because I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I think the main difference here is this is the pile that comes across the most financially abundant. I think all 3 piles came across financially abundant for sure and, like, stable. But this is the one where you almost seem like kind of wealthy. People kind of assume this about you. And because of that, there's like this... In society, I think people have a hard time trusting very attractive people and people with a good amount of money. Like, they just have a hard time doing that. And you have both. Or people, that's how people perceive you. Also, I'm hearing for some of you, if you don't feel like you're financially abundant now, this energy is radiating off of you because you will be very financially abundant. Some of you are working on that and manifesting that. So if you're like, I don't get it, like, I just make a normal amount of money and everybody thinks that I, like, have all this money, it's because they can smell your future before you can. So let's get some energy for you to kind of close out here. What can we do? What can we do? We have the Ace of Swords, the 4 of Cups. Yeah, just be aware. I think you can definitely also develop your relationship with God too. If it does get to you, that feeling of like, oh, like, people don't want to give me my flowers. Or like, I think for some of you, you might have even experienced that where it took you a long time to actually really feel comfortable in your beauty, in your attractiveness, because people have always been this way with you. Even when you felt less attractive, people never quite wanted to fully give you your props because they feel like you already had more than them. You were already more attractive than them. Many people seem to think you had more financial stability than them. And so it's almost like you're already more stable than me. You're already better looking than me. Do I have to tell you that too? There's a lot of attitude to people's energy here, which I'm not loving. Now, God is going to correct that for them, you know, and move them into a better energy. You don't have to worry about doing that. But just know, I think, take this energy that we're reading for you today and keep that in your heart. And just know that, you know, they don't have to tell you. They don't have to say anything. This is their energy right here. There is this sense not only of you already having so much already, but people feeling like you're going to have even more. I think you not only continue to level up your finances, but you also continue to level up your attractiveness. And people kind of feel like, oh my gosh, like, how much better are they going to get? Like, how much better looking are they going to get? How much more money are they going to make? Like, you really are cut above the rest to the point where it does kind of bother people. But once again, you're not doing anything wrong. And I think that by maintaining this energy of being proud of who you are, proud of where you've come from, and proud of where you're going, you can't go wrong. And honestly, this is the kind of energy that's going to lead to a lot of success in the future. When you get to that point where you're really starting to excel past a lot of people, people get uncomfortable and people get bothered by it. So just know that you're on the right track. That is a sign that you're getting where you're trying to go, which is, you know, someone very attractive, very successful, someone who's very happy and satisfied with themselves and their life. You're very clearly on that path and you're moving on it like a bullet train. People see it. People feel it. Some people are bothered by it, but people who are in your same wavelength, people want the same amounts of success and accolades as you, will get it. They will link up with you. So don't worry about that. I feel like right now, you know, there's some weaker energies that are having a hard time dealing with your level of attractiveness and abundance that they're perceiving. But for the right people, the people who will resonate with you and help you along your journey, they're going to recognize it, they're going to love it, and you guys are going to reach a lot of success together. That's what I have for you. Really nice energy, pile 3. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this resonated. You can feel free to check out one of my other videos if you would like. You can check out one of the other piles. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you would like me to read the energy in your situation. Thank you so much. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.